Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work?
Everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
44, ready.
Achane on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Achane here. They stay on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run here with Achane. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Ready.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's got it. Touchdown. Raheem Mostert. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 21-0.
Jason Sanders is the kickoff for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowsky to punt the football. This is brought in at the 21. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. What a run, 79 yards on the punt return. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime.
How about the vision on the run here? This one's intended to just be a straight dive up the middle. But once he gets through traffic, he sees that the open space is to the outside, so he's just going to angle himself out wide and win the race to the pylon.
Sanders on for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Jason Sanders is the kickoff for Miami.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
4-yard attempt.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and they will remain well behind.
It's hard to be surprised in the miss there with the way this first half has gone. Here they were hoping to get some sort of momentum to carry them into the locker room, but even this doesn't pan out.
Tua, a final shot before half. Open man is Waddle, complete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Go ahead.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead, before the other guys even see the football? That could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
You see Purdy, he's going to shift them around. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Look at the big man rumble. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now it's A-Chain headed right. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Looking to pass. Tua. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
20, TX.
Tua sets up to pass it. On target over the middle to Hill. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. Touchdown, Dolphins! Raheem Mostert, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins have taken a 5-touchdown lead. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. And now they're in the hurry-up. Purdy will set up to throw it here. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Play action. Now Purdy steps away. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes the 49ers punter now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands-on hit. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. A short throw there. That's to Smythe, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Stinger.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown! Raheem Mostert, 40 yards. And the Dolphins continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it is 42-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter and a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Takes it to about the 37. And they're going to speed things up here. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he is going to lose yardage here. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Purdy from the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
Throwing here, Purdy. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Back to throw, Purdy.
And it's caught. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Purdy looking to throw.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And now look at him go. And that might just submit it. A return for a late touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked up by Cam Smith.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
And I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Ready. Hey, 21 TN.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, here comes Mostert.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on fourth down. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good.
So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles.
And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Now he's loose again. Inside the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a